So you told me before the weekend, I think on Friday, that Kylan Boswell and Andrei Stoyakovich were in Greece together. And we were both just laughing at the hilarity of that and wanting to recreate it. Like, can you and I go to Greece and cosplay as Kylan Boswell and Andre? I digress. Anyways, that was the tip to me that Illinois' summer workouts and practices and all that is over. I didn't realize that it was formally done necessarily or wrapped up, whatever. Illinois social's been very quiet about this team, it feels like. But yeah, summer workouts have concluded. Merkovich is there now. We've got everybody except Mihailo Petrovic, and it's now time to take a little break from Illini basketball. Also, a good time for people like us who cover this team to maybe do some takeaways, some rumblings of sorts on everything we've heard at the end of summer. I will say we mention this from time to time when we cover Illinois. We have, would you say, sauces? Is that what you would use to describe it, or no?
In my heart of hearts, I believe that.
Yeah.
So if you tell me it's so, then yes.
We don't like to play the news breaking game. We always say that. We're not trying to report things. We're much more trying to react to things, to rumble things at times. And more than probably any other program in the country, though, I do feel like we sort of have a good spot within Illinois basketball where like sometimes people that do know things will share some hints of things with us.
Mm.
So we did, I would say this, over the weekend, knowing we were going to make this top for Monday, we tried to do our due diligence and just say, like, hey, summer's over. What are your biggest takeaways? What are you hearing with a couple different people that we consider people that are in the mix in Illinois basketball will give us things. I will also mention this timing wise coincides with Jeremy Werner. Shout out to Jeremy from the Illini Inquirer, who kind of did his big summer conclusion write up for Illinois basketball. And you can get that if you are a subscriber to 24/7 Sports. It's available to VIP subscribers. So for us, from the spot that we're sitting, it was kind of nice to get Werner's coinciding with this end of summer thing that we were about to prepare for because we were able to fact check the things that we heard with things that he's seen and heard behind the scenes. And I will say most of the buzz or the rumblings, I think, track with what Werner put in his very detailed write up. There's a couple things I would say that we heard that are different than what Werner put in here as well. So we'll try to go through this. But end of summer, summer basketball is over for Illinois basketball. What are you hearing about this team that matters to you?
Unfortunately, I hate the way that I operate. The biggest news is that Kylan and Andre are in Greece, and and I think it looks like it's going amazing.
Okay.
Honestly, like the way that these two are rocking linen and the thong flip-flops in the streets of Greece, it's gonna be special. I wish that was my backcourt, respectfully, but I don't have that. Um,
Can I offer some structure to this segment as we now go through this? I'm glad you got that off your chest, but I have a proposal on how to structure the rest of this conversation.
Please.
Bucket number one, things we like that we're hearing. Bucket number two, things we don't like that we're hearing.
Okay. All right.
Start with
That's fair.
things we like. Let's be positive first.
Hmm. No order on this too. This is just things I like. Come to mind immediately. The Waggler being good stuff. I like. I think that's good. That's really massive for them to hear. I'm interested to see like what his role would be. Two, guys are actually there. I'll talk on the bad bucket, but like the guys are actually there. Big T had a full off season. He's healthy, in shape, all that. I think that's been good. Kylan being the leader of this team, I like that as well. That goes in a good bucket. On the same thing. What else is in a good bucket? Mm, that might end the good bucket for me, I think.
You're stopping there?
Actually, I'll put the Stoyakovich more athletic in the good bucket too. I buy that
Okay.
stuff. I buy that stuff.
Okay.
I've seen some stuff from him and I didn't know he necessarily had athletic wise that I think will add something to this team. Um, oh, the words elite and our identity. and the offseason that's in the good bucket as well.
Also a
Now
very
to
good bucket there. Sure.
now to the bad bucket.
But can we breathe? You're rapid firing me. Can we stop and talk
Sorry.
about some good ones?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's talk through some of the good ones here. So, from our side of this, again, I'm in group text with you on a few of these. From my side and our side, I do think the loudest thing that we've heard that is objectively abundantly positive is Keaton Waggler's awesome. And I would even say Werner seems to confirm this from the Illinois side too. But some of the stuff that's been said with us privately on Waggler I think is like even louder than some of what's been said out loud. So take that for what it's worth. I don't want to give too much detail away, but the most constant thing that I have been shared on Illinois' behind the scenes talk is that Wagler's a dude and he's going to be a factor, and they are just very pleasantly surprised with how impactful he's been in practice, how ahead of schedule he is, and where this is headed for him, honestly. Like that's the part we haven't really talked about is there's a lot of just private discussion on like this guy will contribute quickly and will be on a big time trajectory quickly. So that's objectively great. I feel like he's probably, if I was giving out like a gold medal for the biggest winner of Illinois summer, Keaton Waggler would be number one for me. Number two would be, I think you mentioned this briefly in passing, but Tomic unquestionably emerging as like the centerpiece of this team, I think is really good. And that's backed up with things that have been shared with us quietly. It's also backed up, I believe Werner phrased this something along the lines of this is Tomislav's team. Like when he speaks, people are listening. Love to hear that. If I'm an Illinois fan, the thing I want Big T to progress in from last season to this season is taking ownership of this entire program. He's good enough to do that, right? He's good enough to be a first team all Big Ten player. He's good enough to be one of, if not the best center in the country this year. You kind of need more than just stand at the perimeter and shoot and get you 17 a game or whatever he's going to score. You need him to like be the guy that drives winning and is responsible if something goes wrong and is kind of the heart of this team. I think people need to gravitate toward Big T. And from what it sounds like, that is happening. That's what we've been told is happening. So, there was kind of some speculation. I feel like a couple weeks ago, it was being framed more as this is Kylan's team. And that would be fine too, because I think Kylan's a great leader and obviously a veteran guy, all of that. But to me, Big T is just a better player, more upside there than Kylan. I almost think it's better if Big T embraces the leadership role for this team and we get everyone else bought in on that. Also, because I think he can be a big time role model for the other guys who are coming from the international side, right? A guy you want to see a guy have success that's like the leader of, oh, I could be that in a year if I'm David Merkovich. So yeah, to me, two biggest winners, Keaton Waggler, Tomic. Those guys seem to be checking every box right now that you would want them to check.
Yeah, no, that's very sad.
You kind of wanted to move quickly to negatives. Is that because there aren't many other positives?
No, I mean, look, I think the positives are a little bit more we already kind of knew. Like the positive improvements have been small to me, right? Like I think we knew that Big T was going to be, with a full summer under his belt, feeling healthy, no mono, no ankle, no nothing, Fletch, that he would be good, right? And that Kyle in a year or two as the point guard of this team would take a step leadership wise. I assume those things. Um, Also, I'm a negative person. I am a negative bucket, honestly, when you think about it.
Yeah, we both are. It's why this works, I think, why we can come on here and hypothesize constant negativity and I don't know, just have conversations that become compelling. Um, all right, here's kind of the middle ground. Outside of Wagler and Tom, there haven't been a lot of just loud, this has been going awesome stuff that we've heard. Or I think if you read Werner's write up, honestly, it comes across very just like We don't know. There's still some things that need to be settled here. The biggest example I can give is Andre Stoyakovich. And we almost pulled this out to do our own segment just on Andre because this is the only time I'm going to read an actual excerpt from what Werner wrote here. Um, on Andre, he said there may be more excitement about Andre Stoyakovich as a defender than as an offensive player so far. As Brad Underwood said, they're really impressed with his athleticism and length on the defensive end. Don't know if we'll call him a stopper, but the Illini clearly think he will be a key cog in their defense with his ability to close out and guard bigger bodies. He goes on, there's a long write up here about almost every player on the team. Shout out to Werner for the work on this. But um, he goes on to talk about what to expect from Stoyakovich offensively, and he notes something you and I noted last week, which is when he was Cal's number one scoring option, they were awful. And when he was at a stop where he was more of a role player, the team was better, but he just wasn't able to shoulder more of a burden. Says the shot is streaky. There's some similarities to Marcus Damask, but on a team with Petrovic, Boswell, and Tomovic, I don't think he'll be a go-to action guy quite like Will Riley became. Now, flip off. That's the end of me reading Werner's write-up here. Two things from me. Number one, the folks we talked to have not shared any indication of this. Like we had not heard two sides. I had not heard really any praise about Andre defensively, even when asking about it. Like, is he some impact defender? We don't hear that. And then two, we haven't heard the skepticism offensively. Maybe that's not fair to frame it as skepticism, but if there are questions or if we're trying to say like he might be better defensively than offensively, not a go-to guy. You and I haven't heard that as far as I know behind the scenes. I certainly haven't. It's been more like, yeah, Andre's on plan. He's a big time option. So I'm not trying to source off here. Werner has better sources than we do. He's his own source. He's behind the scenes. He's the best in the game when it comes to Illinois reporting. But the big surprise for me from his takeaways that doesn't map one for one with what we've heard is more of like, yeah, Andre may not be what you think offensively on this team, but he also will be better defensively than you expect. So I don't really know what to do with that. Can you help me make sense of that? Because I buy it if Werner's saying that's what's going on, but it doesn't make me feel all warm and fuzzy, I don't think. I think they brought in Andre to carry a scoring burden on this team.
Right. Like when you think what Andre was brought in for, it's like, oh, it's an afterthought. It's Brad Underwood's number one option. That's money. That's gonna be good. It's gonna look great. That's what Brad Underwood does with his offenses. He's gonna be the number one option. On the other hand, though, the mask like comp, I guess, or role is something that I think we have hypothesized could be in use for him, like a little bit of booty ball stuff with him. But
Yeah, but
yeah, I just
imagine being like Marcus Damask looking better defensively than offensively.
yeah,
Like,
I just didn't expect that to be the selling point. Like, oh yeah, he's just been defensively so good. But I mean, which maybe it's maybe it's just us needing to look at it differently. Like it's just good that he's good defensively.
yeah, I do think I mean my reading of this interpretation wise is that they're just really impressed with him defensively. I think Werner believes, and I think Brad's even said this. He's gone on record and said he's like an elite athlete, and they're excited to work with him with Fletch because defensively the ceiling is enormous. To me, that's not the scout on Andre at all. It's just not. Like he's like a volume scorer. That yeah, he has some athleticism, but like the idea of I don't know, the idea of Andre being more impactful defensively than offensively to me terrifies me. It just does. Even if it's supposed to be for positive reasons defensively, to me that's not his game. It's not the scout. It's not something Brad has particularly excelled in. Like go back through the last 6 years of Illinois basketball. How often has Brad had players that are better defensively than offensively be key pieces? That's not exactly what I think they want. And I don't know. Even in the same lens, like reading exactly what Werner wrote here, it kind of goes like, yeah, he may be better defensively than offensively. And then two sentences later, it's like, I wouldn't call him a stopper. Okay. So so he's not a stopper, but the defensive side's what's best. Yikes, right? Like that's not good, I don't think, coming out of this.
Right, especially because I think the next point of the negative bucket is that part of the offense of what we need isn't here.
Yes, the other loud thing that we are absolutely hearing, back to being one for one with comparing Werner's takeaways with what we're hearing, they very much feel that Petro needs to get here, and until he does, this team is missing like a key component, which I think last month we kind of heard some positive Kylan stuff that made us think, you know what, like maybe there's a version of this team where Kylan's running the show. It doesn't sound like as summer has concluded, that's what the staff wants. It sounds like it's like when Petro gets here, we've got the guy. And until then, we don't. We're just kind of scraping by. So, look, he's going to get here. There's no concern about that anymore from what it sounds like. But also, summer's over and he's not here. So, I don't know. They're just, I feel like outside of the two we mentioned, Waggler and Big T, feels like there's a lot of questions, even going down the line of other guys here. Like, from what it sounds like, Merck is doing well, but they don't feel like he's in shape.
Hmm.
Um, who else have we not hit? Kylan's doing well, everything you'd expect, but he's a secondary ball handler, and we need the point guard here. Okay, Rickhouse is back. We're really excited. We're happy. We're proud of him. But there's not really a report on like Rickhouse lighting it up or anything. It's just like it's good to have him back as an option. So I don't know. It leaves me uneasy. Outside of Tom and Keaton, and I guess you could throw Kylan in the bucket. I feel like we've heard enough positive things on Kylan. We know what he is. It feels like there's a lot of work in progress here with everybody else, and that scares me a little bit for this upcoming season.
Yeah, I also like just whether it's meant to come across that way or not, it just seems also like a lot of sense of clarity, I guess, for like end of the summer stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like just a few more questions that I think I'd be comfortable with at this point. Now, obviously, this is just end of summer. You know, the season is approaching quickly. There's things that can be figured out, but it does seem to be a lot of questions more so than answers for this after the summer.
Yeah. Yep. Agreed. And we didn't even mention Zvonimir really at all. And I don't know. It sounds like consistency is still a work in progress for him, but it's getting better. Werner's report was that like he's made major strides already in his approach. Kind of threw Cal under the bus a little bit. Did you catch that?
Yeah, just like his approach to the game wasn't right, basically.
Basically, his approach has been a mess through 2 years, and Illinois really needed to tear that down and get it right. But they've made strides. It's already going the right direction. But again, that's kind of a good example. Like outside of Ivisic, who we and even Waggler, who yes, he's exceeded all expectations, but like Wagler's not necessarily a centerpiece of the team, right? So outside of Tom Ivisic, pretty much everybody else in the team comes with some level of like, well, but you know what I mean? It's like Merkovich is we like him.
To your point too, especially those that stuff's in the front court. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, Big T's great, he's him, but also like, what are we doing at the other areas? Like we're fixing Big Z's approach. We'll see what happens. Mirkovic is we're looking at year two already, and Humrickhouse is Ben Humrickhouse.
They did mention year two for both Petrovic and Merkovich. So I guess in theory, back to retention, if you're getting multiple years out of those guys, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Illinois can return everybody next year except for Kylan. Big T has another year too.
Doesn't Colin have one more? Is Colin
This is
out
it
of?
for Kylan. It'd be
This is it
Kylan
for
and
Colin?
Rickhouse this year.
Oh, okay.
But I
Yeah,
think everybody else could come back. So that team could be really good 2 years from now. Hashtag 2 year plan,
the
Illinois.
retention 2-year plan is back.
I know they like that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of going through the line one more time to summarize. It's like Big T, no questions. He's the heart of the team. Great. Zvonimir, we really like where he's headed, but wow, inconsistency to his approach was an issue when he got here. Mirkovic, gonna be great at some point. He's out of shape. Kylan looking really good. Needs Petro here to get him there. Um, Andre, We love where he's at. Huge athlete. There's some questions offensively. It's a lot of guys with like a yeah, but right now. And
Right.
that scares me a little bit because it's more than I thought. One thing I do want to do though, and this is for real, um, you got to give Werner his flowers for the honesty in the reporting here though. And not even to say, I don't think he was even writing this up as like a skepticism write up, but like there are quite a few other programs we cover that have beat writers that would do like an end of summer thing, and it would just be endless positive smoke, and that's it. Like, how
True.
our 13th guy is so good. How are we going to get him minutes? And that's not happening here. There's a lot of honesty and transparency in this reporting, and I applaud that.
That's massive. And that's why Werner's one of the best at what he does.
Yeah, 100%. And it tracks with all the shit we're hearing. So, all right. Overall, stock up, stock down, Illinois,
I can't confidently say stock up, to be honest with you.
or stock sideways. I mean,
Wait,
I'll go there. I take the Andre stuff, which again, I'm not a reporter. I haven't heard the Andre stuff privately from the people that I hear things from. So like that's sort of the news to me. If there's an update in this that I hadn't heard, it's like the Andre side.
mhm.
And to me, that's like if Andre's not on track to be a Will Riley level sixth man turned semi secondary option, I'm terrified. I think that's a legitimate step back from what I thought this team would be. Because I thought Andre would be the second leading scorer on this team comfortably, you know?
Yeah. No, but also Greece.
But also Greece. Counterpoint. I know it's like fun and we're talking about how cool it is and jokes. Do we want Kylan and Andre alone together in Greece?
Yes.
We want Andre with the Sage guy.
Yes.
Reporting that his offense isn't where it is. We want him in Greece with the Sage guy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's like Illini orientation a little bit, right? Like,
What an orientation it is.
yeah. Okay. Why do I feel uneasy?
I don't know. Are
Like,
you okay? It's all right.
I feel like there's more unknown with this Illinois team than any of the past five. And that's a weird place to be at the end of August.
Okay, that's fair to say. Yeah, on a more serious note, it is. And like I said, it's a lot of questions. A lot of questions that I don't know, you just don't want that many questions
A lot
at
of
this point.
questions, but to be clear, I want Andrei Stoyakovich to be the answer to most of these questions. You
Which
know
if
what
he
I mean?
is, then everything's fine.
Right. But if he's not,
But if he's a defensive guy, then no, thank you.
right.
That's where we're at.
Okay. I can live with that being where we're at.